Hi, welcome everybody to the Public Speakers Association Mindset Reset Summit. I'm Carrie Vanston, the Alligator Angler, and I'm so excited to be a guest hosting today with Jason Antelek, our PSA CEO, being my backup person. Please feel free to ask questions or make comments in the chat boxes. Jason is going to be following those. Today we have 5 wonderful speakers, about 10 minutes speaking each, about how to reset your mindset during these crazy times. Thank you, Fox. Now we are going to finish up with the absolutely beautiful LaWanna Parker. And she is speaking about something dear to my heart, and that is journaling. So LaWanna, take it away. Oh, you're muted.
Of course, when I go to speak, the mute doesn't want to come off. Thank you for being here and inviting me to be a part of the show today. I want to talk about journaling. How many of you would love to have a happier, healthier, and a more fulfilled life? I mean, think about it. All it takes is journaling. Journaling has become a very popular form of self-discovery. I found that out for myself about 3 years ago when I was going through a really, really down period in my life. Now, I'm the kind of person, everybody sees me, I'm laughing, I'm smiling. But at that time, despite the laughing, the smiling, I was really struggling with some feelings. But I wasn't used to sharing those feelings with anyone. I always was the one people came to. So I couldn't appear weak before anyone. I had to be strong for others who would approach me for things that they needed help with. I was speaking with a friend one time that I was concerned that I was feeling a little down, and I didn't want to be one of those people who had to run to the doctor. Just didn't like that idea at all. And she said, "Why don't you write it down? You like to write it down." I did. I wrote it down. I wrote about the feelings I was having. I mean, I even put in there that I was jealous of my husband because he didn't seem to be having any problems. It was me. And I felt I should not be having problems. But the point of it is that as I was writing, I started thinking of ways that I could get myself out of the situation that I was in. And that became a book. My book, I called it Courage to Live My Dream, because I was one of those people who was always helping everybody else and set myself aside thinking, I got time. Well, I'm now at that age where I realize my time is limited, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. Well, as I mentioned earlier, I got a little sick right after Christmas. And for about 3 weeks or so, I mean, I was sick. I do not know if I had COVID or not, because I avoided going to the doctor to find out. I figured I'm by myself. I'm not going to harm anybody, so I'll just take care of me myself. And that's what I did. But during that time, I started thinking again about writing and journaling and how I felt after I wrote that period in my life before. And the more I thought about it, when I came out of the sickness, I started reading, doing a lot of reading about it. And what I found out was that journaling can make a big difference in your life. You realize the things that you hold within inside of you can lead to bad health. It can lead to heart failure and any number of other things because you're holding it in. The truth of the matter, no matter how close a friend is, there are some things we're just not going to share with that friend because we don't want to be judged. We keep it to ourselves. It builds up and it becomes a huge problem for us. But a journal is not going to tell on you unless you leave it around for somebody to pick up and read. It'll hold all your secrets. You can say anything you want about anything you want, and it listens. It doesn't make judgments. That's the great thing about it. I want to share with you 5 things that I believe are very helpful when it comes to journaling. The first one is helping you to identify with your inner thoughts and feelings. The second is it's an incredible stress reliever. Third, you'll understand what makes you tick. I'm still working on that one. uh, it motivates you to act. And five, it encourages you to positive thinking. Now, hopefully, I have enough time to get through all five of them, but you know what the five are. So I'll just start and go from there. When it comes to helping you to identify your inner thoughts and feelings, because you're writing those things down and you're not concerned about what anyone thinks. I mean, I have written down so many things that I had wanted to do. I'm blessed because a lot of them I actually did get to do, but there are still things I want to do. I don't want to talk about them because I don't want somebody telling me you should get a job. Okay. I don't want someone putting me down. I just want to do the things that I know I want to do. One of those was blogging and podcasting. I do have a podcast. I'm redoing it because I did stop for a while. But the blogging, it allows me to, again, share knowledge, experiences, things that I think will help others. And this has been a tremendous joy to me to put that knowledge out there. I was checking today. I've got 228 blogs up there. So the great thing is somebody must like it because 212 of them are following me and poking in and saying they like or offering comments. So that's a great thing. But I wouldn't have done that before. I would have been cautious and careful about saying anything because of judgment. I would have been concerned about what kind of judgment I would have received. So it allowed journaling helped me, and the blogging also helped me to get those things out and share with other people. So I'm grateful for that. It's also a stress reliever because I'm telling you, sometimes when things get bothering you, oh my God, you think I'm gonna go crazy. And if you're like me, holding things in, not sharing it with anyone, talking with anyone, those things can build up and cause you all kinds of health problems, heart attacks, mental stress. I mean, there's a number of things that are effective when you hold information within yourself rather than getting it out. And again, when it comes to journaling, you can write it down and you don't have to worry about that journal looking at you and saying, and so you had this problem. So what you gonna do about it? It's not gonna tell you all those things. It's not gonna say, what a fool you are. Why did you let that get to you? It'll just accept whatever you say. And then it will even start you to thinking and coming up with ideas of how you can get around whatever the situation is, how to solve a problem, how to come out of a situation that you think is so horrendous you don't know how to handle it. I'm just in love with journaling now. The third one is you'll understand what makes you tick more. And yes, like Katrina said earlier about people, toxic people around you. Well, I have started weaving some of those out. It isn't that I don't like them, to be around them, but I recognize that sometimes uh, people are your really good friends, but they don't always have your best interest at heart. It's not that well, let me put it this way. They want to keep you from being hurt. And so they'll say things sometimes without realizing that what they're saying is hurting more because they're not supporting you. I might make a fool of myself, but could you be there when I go to fall down and to catch me and lift me back? You know, let me at least try and see if I can do it rather than offering me limitations. So that's one of the things that's come out of journaling for me. The fourth one is it motivates you to act. And yes, I have been acting. And finally, I'm going to go to it encourages positive thinking. Absolutely. I will not think about anything negative. In fact, I got on my grandson the other day. I said, now I didn't teach you to be negative. So why do you talk negative all the time? As long as you talk that way, you're going to have negative things happening to you in your life. I don't think he believed me, but I'm hopeful. At any rate, positive thinking has a significant impact on your business, your life, or whatever it is that you're doing. You just need to change the way you think. So, if you'd like to learn more about journaling and how it can help you, I will have my contact information put in the box so that you can email me. And I even have a little tip sheet on the power of writing and journaling and writing for personal growth. It can make a difference. Thank you again for listening to me. I've enjoyed being here with
Thank
you.
you so much, LaWanna. That was wonderful. I agree. I think journalists